How do you see this last 12 days of media reporting? Some of the Bangladeshi social media pages are of support of Iran. Some of them are not so supportive. Some of the nations are Facebook, giving more or less Meta, known as Meta. It has become the third alternative war field when a war has broken out. So, as you were saying, this was not the times of Operation Desert Storm. Now, a new kind of rhetoric is on the narrative board. It is information and how information can be used. What is your observation?
Well, you see, this is an age where you have to be very careful. There's so much of disinformation, there's so much of fake news which is making headlines, even at times in your mainstream media. The problem is that most of it is created as a propaganda. I still remember this CNN lady who spoke in the UN General Assembly and said, if you want to know what hell is like, then you please see it in, I think, Syria or somewhere. She said you can see it there. Now, we also saw a photograph, video in the mainstream media, when in an ambulance a boy with blood all over his face was shown, and these white helmets were working in that, because these white helmets were also part of the spy network, you know. So, later on DW came up with a documentary which said that this was all done for propaganda. There was no boy like this was injured, was brought in, this were all color was put on his hand, on his face, and they also said that this boy was trained by a PR company to act in this way. So, you know, Americans are famous for doing all kinds of stupid things, using these PR firms, making videos to create disinformation, to create a propaganda, to arouse sentiments of people around the world. But now, with this social media platform, it has become very difficult, because the social media is playing on both sides, and you can make an assessment as to what is happening on the ground now. So, now the mainstream media is not so effective in their propaganda. Nobody wants to listen to them, nobody wants to see those channels. They just hook onto it for a minute to see what they are saying, and then they go off. People are now on the social media, they are on the Facebook, they are on WhatsApp, they are on X, from where they get some videos, news and other things. So, I think it is very important that the governments should come up with the proper information, so that people know what is actually happening behind the scenes. Because if people do not know, then people will be looking towards all these propaganda that is on, and propaganda is not a good thing. Propaganda in war is not a good thing. Say, like Netanyahu is dead, Netanyahu's brother is dead. I for one cannot say whether it is fake news or it is correct news, because Israel has not said a word about it. For the last 3 or 4 days, this news is there in the social media, but not a word. Now, I do not know whether it is propaganda, whether it is fake news. Why doesn't he come and say that this is fake news? This is Netanyahu. Come and address a press conference. The defense minister has been injured, very badly, critically injured. So, why? Governments should be more faithful. People trust their governments. People have faith in governments. We all look towards governments to come and tell us. You see, now if the governments do not come and tell us, then we have to go into this propaganda machinery. We sometimes swallow this disinformation that is coming in, which is not good. Which is not good, because you cannot change things with disinformation and with fake news and with propaganda.